Shalom, we give all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushua Ba'Hashem, Rakakodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother, I am Noah Allah from Gemma, Chicago, and this is going to be a quick lesson on about, this Rumors of Wars trailer, right? And I remember, our elder Malcolm, all right, he sent us this movie trailer, and kind of, I remember this movie trailer, it kind of hit me back in my mind and shit, and, I just figured that, hey, why not just do a lesson on about it, because this is what we're about to see, all right, in the near future, and we're actually coming to this point, all right. You can see, this movie has been, 10 years ago, it's pretty old, but it has some very interesting things, very interesting, like points, all right, prophecies that you're seeing that is coming to pass already, all right. But without further ado, I'm gonna just play the trailer.
An explosion went off just moments ago at a military base outside of Chicago.
These horrible attacks will only drive Zern Global on to ensure two things worldwide: peace and security.
You look at the setting of this, this movie, you can see that, the society has crumbled. You look at the buildings, you look at the floor, you look at everywhere and shit. You can see that, this city is unkept. All right, you see a car that is abandoned and torn to pieces right there too. All right, and this is the type of shit that we're about to see in the coming months. All right, and then you can see how gradually, we're moving to, we're coming into that time of Jacob's trouble. You got Esau, deploying his National Guard. Trump talking about like deploying the National Guard in Chicago and New York. Those cities are next, but this is going to be something that is going to be all over across America. All right. The next thing you know, when things get havoc out here, when things get crazy, all right, Esau, of course, is, well, what he's doing right now is already rolling out martial law, all right, but this shit is going to spread.
It says here that the chip
And you hear what that person said, about the chip, in this movie, right? This chip would be considered as mandatory. If you don't get it, you'll be cut off from society, all right? And the reason why, supposedly, the reason why they say, well, let's play it back, just for you guys to hear.
Professor, it says here that the chip could trace the purchases of excessive weaponry and stopping terrorist attacks before they start.
Stopping T attacks before they start, all right? By implanting these devices underneath people's skins. This is the RFID microchip that Esau is about to roll out very soon. And this is the kind of things that Esau is gonna say, to have an excuse, to push forth the RFID microchip to get people to be taking it, all right? Even too, this is gonna be the new way of buying and selling, as what it says according to Revelations 13, the 16th verse, all right? Revelations chapter 13 and 16, all right?
Do not get that chip.
And yeah, this is this device, it's a tracking device. All right, Esau is basically exalting himself as ego. Or he wants to be like God. Alright? He wants to know what you're doing. Exalt thyself. Obadiah 1, and I'm going to start with. It's going to load faster. Alright. Says, I'm going to start with verse 3, Obadiah 1, 3. The pride of thy heart have deceived thee, though that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And yeah, the pride of, it's like, this part where it says, though dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, clefts of the rock, you can, take it back and, say that Esau came from Mount Seir. But, Esau, today in this very day, Esau really do dwell in the clefts of the rocks, in them high-rising buildings and shit, whose habitation is high, and that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. And yeah, Esau exalts himself as the eagle. Alright, he wants to play, he wants to be as if, he is God. Alright, and the only way how he's gonna try to do that is, having people get the R4D microchip, which he is about to implement real soon. But we don't understand through the scriptures, alright, when Esau is about to fill his belly, alright, the Lord is going to throw in a monkey wrench to, disrupt his enterprise, alright, meaning that Esau won't complete his new world order. But yeah, a lot of people will take that chip, a lot of people will fold, alright.
He said I shouldn't get the chip. What do you think that means?
I don't know the truth.
If you were watching this, you should know that you are being tracked.
I think I'm being followed.
By who?
CERN Global.
CERN Global. The chip guy?
Yeah, I didn't get mine today.
Roxy, you have to get the chip.
They'll do whatever it takes to put fear in the hearts and minds of the people.
You can see that, this is a predictive programming that Esau is showing us, right? And you kind of seeing that, we're gradually getting to that point because, Esau, the National Guard all over the place. And yeah, of course we don't see that right now, but it's getting to that point. You can see that. You can see that happening.
Was this an accident?
Absolutely not.
We have breaking news of a bombing on American soil.
And no matter how deep you dig.
Not so long ago, the FBI, months ago, and even still recently, they're talking about, T-attacks in the upcoming months, alright, by foreign entities, alright. So yeah, we don't know when the Black Swan events can happen, but all we know is that we're getting close. Alright, Esau's about to, pop something off. Alright, real soon. Alright, it could very well happen within this year.
You're never gonna get to the source.
You're looking for answers. I'm sorry.
I'm just looking for the truth.
Now, you hear you got Esau, detaining people and shit, coming down with that great wrath. And yeah, it says in the end we all worship something. It's either you're gonna worship Esau by taking the ark for the microchip, or you're gonna worship Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Alright? When if you take that chip, the Lord is gonna kill you. The Lord is going to destroy you. Right, Revelations 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, Esau's new world order, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into a cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb. That's right. You take that chip, right? The Lord ain't gonna save you. Right, the Lord is gonna destroy you with thermonuclear missiles. Alright? And their smoke of their torment is skinned up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. And that's right, This is what's coming down the pipe. Alright? And we're getting real closer day by day. Look at the news. You can see it. You can see it happening. Chicago and New York. National Guard. Trump talking about, which they're gonna do it. Alright? This is gonna happen. Trump says Chicago and New York City could be next to see National Guard. And you already see what's happening in Washington, D.C. They're sending even more, more National Guard troops over there in D.C. Alright? And it really looks dystopian as fuck. Alright? It really looks real dystopian. If you looked at the news here, they're all, surrounding their capital over there. The capital. Oh, they're also talking about National Guard armed. Hegseth orders National Guard troops in D.C. to carry weapons. So you see, National Guard in D.C. to carry M16 pistols, conduct law enforcement duties, task force says. But yeah, Esau's about to come down with that great wrath. Alright? Hegseth authorized National Guard troops in D.C. to carry weapons. Right? Esau's about to use his sword on you 2/3 of Jake. Right? It looks real dystopian as fuck. Right? National Guard will soon be on. So yeah, something's bound to happen. Alright? A major event is right around the corner. Alright? And anything can happen at any time. Alright, last but not least, I'm going to get one more precept. Let us not sleep. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And this is the mindset of these, people out here. Alright, they think everything's going back to normal. They think that this National Guard thing is only for a temporary time. Hell no. Alright, that peace and safety is gonna go away. Alright, on a normal day, out of nowhere, alright, sudden destruction is gonna happen just like that. Right? Major events about to occur. Could be an EMP attack. Could be a actually killing people. Could be a T attack, you know, rather it be a biological attack or, you know, who knows, alright? It says verse 4, but ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that they should overtake you as a thief. For ye are the children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. And yeah, you know, this is what we're doing on a daily, alright? Not sleeping, but, you know, watching and being sober, alright? Watching unto prayer, alright? Looking what's going on and, you know, watching the news, you know, seeing what kind of current events are happening, right? Keeping your eyes peeled, alright? Being vigilant, seeing what's going on. But anyways, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Hashem, Yahushua, and Shalom.